This is Holly, and today we're diving into the delightful slang of 1930s classic film, The Women. This film is a treasure trove of witty, colorful expressions, and they were all the rage in the 30s going into the 40s. So let's break them down and see where they came from, their origins, and see if they still hold any relevance today. Let's go.
Suffering saints, that guy must live for the phone. Oh.
Suffering saints. This exclamation was a mild oath used to express surprise or frustration. It's akin to saying good grief or oh my gosh. While not commonly used today, its spirit lives on in similar expressions of exasperation.
You've been drinking. Oh, yes, you have. You're all lit up or you wouldn't be wanting me to take any chances either.
Then there's all lit up, which means being drunk. This phrase paints a vivid picture of someone glowing with inebriation. Even today, we use expressions like lit or buzzed to describe the same state.
Well, the man I've trusted my life with has kicked me out for some filthy Beezle.
Next, Beezle. This is a less common slang term from the 1930s, likely derived from Beelzebub, another name for the devil, and it was used to describe a mischievous or troublesome person. Today we might use troublemaker or rascal in a similar context.
That's from an old beau. Oh. You'll be having lots of beaux now, won't you, Mary?
A beau is a boyfriend or male admirer. This term has French origins and was quite popular in the early 20th century. While not as commonly used today, it's still understood and occasionally employed in a nostalgic or romantic context.
He'd be a cockeyed coyote before he'd heard an old beef like me back to the coast.
A cockeyed coyote referred to a foolish or misguided person. The imagery here is quite comical. While this exact phrase isn't in modern use, calling someone cockeyed to mean foolish can still be heard.
Buck Winston just spilled the most terrific load of dirt.
The dirt means gossip or scandalous information. This slang is timeless, although today we might call it the tea, or simply gossip, or the goss.
Oh, Mary, dear, you'd feel so much better to talk this out with someone. Stephen's an absolute worm spending money on a girl like that.
Saying he's a worm is a way to describe someone as weak or contemptible. This imagery is still potent, although we might now use terms like weasel or snake.
Said he didn't blame her. How could he? But he wished she'd wait and think things over. He said she should go to bed and get some rest, and he was going out for a breath of fresh air.
The old hat trick.
And she said,
the old hat trick means a clever or cunning maneuver. This term comes from the world of magic and sports, where it denotes a clever, often repeated trick. It's still in use today, especially in sports contexts.
How did I listen to Edith Potter? I'd sooner have the itch.
I'd rather have the itch is a humorous way of saying you'd rather have something unpleasant than deal with the current situation. It's a colorful way of expressing disdain. While not common today, similar phrases like I'd rather watch paint dry convey the same sentiment.
Because he's the kind that lets that old-fashioned sentiment put the Indian sign on him, and that's all.
Indian sign means having a jinx or a spell cast on someone. This term is outdated and can be seen as culturally insensitive today. And instead, we might use bad luck or jinxed instead.
Kept her mouth shut.
Now she's in the soup.
Being in the soup means being in trouble. This culinary metaphor is still understood today through phrases like in hot water or in a pickle being more common.
You look as low as a swamp, dear. What's up?
Low as a swan refers to feeling down or dejected. While not a common phrase today, the sentiment is similar to saying someone is down in the dumps.
It's such good discipline for my selfishness about you.
holy mackerel, what a lie.
Shut up, will you?
Holy mackerel is an exclamation of surprise. This quirky phrase has stood the test of time and is still occasionally, though it might be seen as old-fashioned, used today.
We'll have another one next
Look,
week.
so help me, I'm gonna slug you.
To slug you means to punch someone. The term is still in use, though slug has largely been replaced by punch or hit.
You weren't exactly any little Pollyanna yourself. It's no wonder she called that prowl.
A Pollyanna is someone who is excessively optimistic. This term comes from the 1913 novel by Eleanor H. Porter. It's still used today to describe someone with a relentless, positive outlook.
Been waiting half an hour, Mrs. Spencer. Would you mind seeing the art exhibit later?
Oh, all right. Art exhibit my foot.
My foot is an expression of disbelief or disagreement. It's similar to saying, no way, or yeah, right. This phrase is less common today, but still recognizable.
Lickety split now! It's gonna look like the real McCoy!
Lickety split means very quickly. This charming phrase is still in use, though it has a nostalgic feel to it. The real McCoy means the genuine article. This term originated from the name of a famous 19th century boxer. It's still used today to denote authenticity.
Oh, what you do catch others.
Oh, millions of them. As a matter of fact, it's only Nip and Tuck now who makes the biggest catch, Daddy or me.
Nip or tuck refers to a close competition. This phrase is still understood, though it may be more common to hear neck and neck today.
I haven't. Well, for all you know, Mary Haynes may be living in a fool's paradise.
A fool's paradise is a state of happiness based on false hopes. This timeless phrase is still used to describe someone who is blissfully ignorant of reality. There you have it, a journey through the slang of the film The Women from 1939. It's fascinating to see where these words came from and how they're still used today, if they're still used today. Let me know in the comments below if there's any that you would like to see make a comeback. And hit the bell icon for more classic films. Until next time, I'm Holly, and this is Classic Film Corner. Stay classy.